Jesus, when speaking to his disciples, said, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth his leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors." And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
We are now potentially facing a threat that's different and greater than anything we have faced previously. As of last night, we are dealing with a different reality. And I said it last night, we're in, at this point, a de facto state of war between the United States of America and Iran.
China, Iran, and Russia kicking off 4 days of joint naval war games in the Gulf of Oman and the Indian Ocean, as Tehran looks to improve military ties with Beijing and Moscow amid heightened tensions with the United States.
And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven.
A quake called a foreshock that shook houses right off their foundations, snapped power poles, and toppled this home, pancaking both cars parked below. It was one of the strongest quakes to ever hit the U.S. territory, causing small landslides on this highway, drivers forced to avoid boulders during their morning commute. Officials say tremors have been hitting the area since late December, the quake striking less than 10 miles off the southwest coast near the major city of Ponce.
Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are cankered, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you.
We expect slower growth in nearly 90% of the world. In other words, the world economy is now in synchronized slowdown. And this widespread deceleration means that growth this year will fall to its lowest rate since the beginning of the decade.
A recession always followed in a yield curve inversion. A recession never happened without the yield curve inverting.
What they're saying, but the yield curve is uninverted?
It's now uninverted, and now it's steepening, which means that the economy looks to be all healthy and great, right? But the thing is, it's not, because it's already inverted once. It's like spilled milk. Now that you kind of fixed it a little bit, you fixed it by pumping $425 billion into the economy in a single month. The technical indicator, you fixed the yield curve, but that doesn't mean that the recession is off the plate anymore.
But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived.
Our house is where I live with
the king of demons.
Look at that cutie pie.
I am not your cutie pie.
Yes, you are.
I know.
And Ida, the owl lady.
The most powerful witch on the Boiling Isles.
Wait, I better let her say it.
The most powerful witch on the Boiling Isles.
She's fierce. She's fearless.
Oh no, please stop.
And someday, I'm going to be just like her. Want to see more of the Isles? Just a short staff ride away is the town of Bonesboro. Is there anything better than people watching in the demon realm?
The case of James Younger drew national attention when a bitter custody battle broke out over his mother's attempts to change his gender and her pursuit of a legal decision that would force the father to comply with referring to his son as a girl named While the transition may start with the child wearing pink dresses and using the girl's restroom at school, it will go on to include chemical castration and hormone replacement therapy, and it has sparked the question of whether a 7-year-old is ready to make a decision that will impact the rest of his life.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of God Almighty.
Where I go, there's this expectation. Stadiums are being seized all across the world. It's almost like God is moving with a mass movement of evangelism and the presence. I believe now, Awaken 2020, January 18th, at Sun Devil Stadium, is like the opening of the womb. Earth, east and west, believes that Jesus the evangelist, starting there at Sun Devil Stadium, will be manifested all across America.
What is the central theme of our gathering? Peace starts with me.
You change everything, light, heal, hope, come, here, now. Jesus, you change everything,
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
We do have breaking news tonight, a deeply divided moment playing out in American history as we come on the air. President Trump has just been impeached on both Article 1, abuse of power, and on Article 2, obstruction
Tonight,
of
with
Congress.
the nation divided and all eyes on Capitol Hill, the House of Representatives impeached the President of the United States.
Article 1 is adopted.
It seems like everywhere you look, there are protests. There has been a rise in protests around the world. While all protests may not be shown on the news or on social media, more footprints are being left behind by people marching the streets for change. But why the sudden surge? And do these protests have something in common? A common theme in each: frustration with economic inequality, government corruption, and inaction.
But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Today, the signs of the times declare that we are standing on the threshold of great and solemn events. Everything in our world is in agitation. Before our eyes is fulfilling the Savior's prophecy of the events to precede his coming. Angels are now restraining the winds of strife, that they may not blow until the world shall be warned of its coming doom. But a storm is gathering, ready to burst upon the earth. And when God shall bid his angels loose the winds, there will be such a scene of strife as no pen can picture.